Guys, what's up? And welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. I know a lot of you guys are from the Sinner Alcaraz stream. Appreciate everybody joining in. We're going to have the Paul versus Medvedev. The head-to-head heavily favors Medvedev at the moment. I think it's 2-0 for Medvedev, I'd like to say. They played in Beijing. Medvedev won 6-2, 6-1. But yeah, the players are currently warming up. Let's keep it going. Let me see who's joining in. Remember to like and subscribe. Yep, that's it. Definitely remember to like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Got a late night in IW in Indian Wells. What's up, Nicholas, as well? Let me get the scoreboard back up. Okay, cool. What's up, Nicholas? Hey, what's up? I can't say the name, but hello. Sad for Sinner. I'm not going to lie. That Sinner Alcaraz stream was crazy. 3 hours was spent as a rain delay where I had to keep checking my phone through various activities. I mentioned the other stream, but there's a movie night going on at the moment for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm kind of sacrificing that to watch the stream, but I've seen it. I've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I'm fine skipping out on it. It's all good. But yeah, I keep, I had to keep checking my phone through the rain delay, whether I was hanging out with people before movie night or whether it was other stuff. So Indian Wells got to get a roof because it was very inconvenient for me. I'm not going to lie. By the way, Sinner Alcaraz stream already at 6K views according to YouTube. Usually after the initial whatever views, it jumps up. So thank you everybody for watching that. We're at 9.31K subscribers. We're growing quick. Excited for that. Channel deserves it. And we're not stopping anytime soon. We're not even there. Paul warming up his volleys. He was serving and volleying earlier. I think he's going to be serving and volleying like crazy in the match. But we're going to get started up soon. Both guys warming up their serves. Everybody join in for Medvedev versus Paul. Sinner Alcaraz always exciting to commentate. I know it was a bit sad the way it finished off, but I mean, with Yannick, I mean, listen, the guy's won like 19 matches in a row. Like, we got to stop being greedy. Like, Yannick fans got to stop being greedy. We're good. We're good. It's fine. He'll be back. He loves playing in Miami. He'll be back. By the way, Sinner Alcaraz Miami final, both them tied up at 4-4. Could we have whatever, but could we like that would be great. Like that would be good. So if we could get that, I think that sets up pretty well. But anyway, we'll see. Both guys practicing serves, by the way. Hey, what's up, Peaches? Good to have you in here. I'm going to look up their head-to-head. I always like looking at players' head-to-heads before I watch the match. I did look at their head-to-head yesterday. I think it's 2-0 for Medvedev. Very different play styles in just about every way. Paul likes hanging out right on the baseline, but also I really don't know if his aggression can at all break through Medvedev's defense. So I kind of think Medvedev is really going to like this matchup. And he's liked it in the past. Yeah, 2-0 for Medvedev. One was at Roland Garros 3 years ago, where Medvedev beat Paul in 4 sets. The other one was last year in the first round of Beijing, where Medvedev won 6-2, 6-1. So there you go. I just want to see another exciting match between Mr. Gucci and Carlos. Yeah, we saw flashes of it, but I felt like Beijing and this one didn't quite live up to what we had seen in the past, like so many of their matches in the past, but it's okay. It happened. Sorry that Mr. Gucci was hurt though, but glad to Carlo won. Yeah, and it did come with its exciting moments, but yeah, sad that Sinner got hurt. The storylines keep making themselves though. I mean, Jannik going up 4-3 in that 10 in Beijing was interesting, and now Carlos beating Jannik is interesting. So, if anything, although it's kind of hard to see in the moment right now, where like it kind of hurts that Jannik couldn't finish the match off in his strongest fashion at all. It sets up for some great matches in the near term in their rivalry. So, hopefully, Jannik comes back healthy and at his best soon. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. All right, they're about to get started here. Paul going to serve first. And like I said, I really just don't think Paul can break through Medvedev's, Medvedev with his aggression. Medvedev is insane. He's 6'6", and yet he's like one of the fastest guys on the tour. Defends well behind the baseline. He's an anomaly. He's a wrench in the gears. I don't know. Paul will have the home crowd support. Let's see if Paul can pull off something special. I like Paul too. But I've got Medvedev in straight sets pretty comfortably. Forehand volley put away from Paul, though. He's going to serve and volley. He was serving and volleying earlier today. I said that, and he's been practicing it, so I think that's going to be a play. He's one of the guys that can pull it off, so that would be good from Paul if he could do that. These are not Medvedev's favorite conditions. Let's see what happens. But I also don't know if it would be the best conditions for Paul to beat Medvedev, but you never know. Maybe. We'll see. Kick serve, backhand of Medvedev, the forehand of Paul, backhand of Medvedev. That goes long, 30 love. 30 love. By the way, guys, sorry that my matches are a little bit ahead of my scoreboard. Usually I should have that under control, but the site that I usually use that is real in time with the scoreboard that we use is not, that they're for whatever reason just not showing the match. And I'm watching it live on my end on Tennis TV, but for whatever reason, it's, I guess, like 30 or 15 seconds or whatever, 15, 30 seconds behind real time. But anyway, it's not that far behind. And hopefully I'm not looking at the scoreboard that's on the screen. I'm literally looking at the match. So I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, anyway, that's what that is. What's up, Ghost? You're wrong. Paul in 3. Paul going to beat Alcaraz too. Wow. I like it. Ghost, you came in here with some strong energy. Jesus. Okay, well, let's see. I like it, though. It's on. Serve. Paul down the tee. That goes long. Second serve, forehand of Medvedev. That's a great return down the line. 40-15. First point for Medvedev. And the first point to Medvedev. 40-15. 40-15. Serve from Paul. Medvedev goes for a cross-court forehand pass and he just barely misses it. 1-0 for Paul. 1-0 for Tommy Paul. You seem confident about it, Ghost. Yeah, I like it, though. I like Paul because he's gritty and he's been on a slow boil. I respect his journey. Yeah, he kind of didn't do the college thing. That would have been very much expected of him. He likes being under the radar. He's a great athlete. He takes advantage of good draws constantly. And he's been doing a little bit better in the big tournaments. I'm not going to lie. What did he get to the semifinal of Canada last year, I think. So yeah, I mean, I like Paul too. I like that energy. I kind of just, I don't know. I really like Medvedev's matchup against Tommy Paul. So that's what made me say that. But let's see. I can be wrong a lot. What's up, Ignacio? What's up, guys watching? Yeah, Peaches. Ghost, you came in here strong. Like, you came in here with a strong opinion. But it's good. Forehand to the back end of Medvedev. Back into Paul. To the back end of Medvedev. Back into Paul. Sliced. Forehand of Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. Forehand of Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. Forehand Medvedev again. Cross court. It's a great shot. 15 love. Ghost, I'm never wrong. Okay. I doubt it. But forehand of Paul. Back into Medvedev. Backhand slice of Paul. Forehand of Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. Back into Medvedev. Forehand of Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. Long rally. This is going to be a much longer match than Sinner Alcaraz one if we get rallies like this. That's in the net. Interesting. 15 all. Maybe the strategy is like just rallying with Medvedev and serving and volleying. That'd be interesting. And then when did you fall out of love with America? Is it our freedom that upsets you? I like Paul too, but Medvedev was second on my tier list. So for favorite ATP players I was doing yesterday. So I think Medvedev is too smart to lose this match. I agree. I agree. That makes sense. Yeah. I agree about that. Medvedev's got a lot to throw at Paul, but let's see. That was not a great half volley from Medvedev, so it's 15-30 for Paul. Serve here from Medvedev. The forehand of Paul. It's a big return. Forehand squash shots. Very short in the court. Forehand of Paul. Forehand Medvedev. That's a great get. Oh, it goes long though. So 15-40. 2 break points for Paul early here. Serve out wide. That goes wide. Team 40. That's not great from Medvedev. 2-0. I like Paul's kit. It's 1 part gym rat and 2 parts long haul trucker. That's true. Wow, Medi hitting some nice angles. Yeah, well, struggling at the moment. See how he picks up. By the way, guys, like always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Gonna be here from first point to last, just talking tennis. Guess that's the point of the stream. Backhand for a pass. For Medvedev, that's in the net. So 15 love for Paul. He's picked it up early here. Speaking of kits, God that Medvedev changed. Good that Medvedev changed his shirt to blue. The green one was terrible. Yeah, I didn't love him in green, to be honest. I think the blue is a better look. To be fair. That's fair. A lot of the kits now are quite weird with like all the stripes and stuff. I don't know. They're weird. But I kind of like it too, just because they are so weird. I don't know. I don't know what I think about them, but they're not good to look at. Some of them. Like the one that Alcaraz had in Madrid last year, where he just literally looked like a bee, where it was like yellow and black. Like, let's get away from that. Just solid colors. We're wearing clothes, whatever. Like shoes and stuff, like that's cool, but like we don't need anything that crazy. Paul really out of the gate strong here. Could be Paul Alcaraz. That would be all. Paul Alcaraz. I haven't even considered that as an option. If we get that, that would be fire. That would be so good. I tell you what, I've been highly what's the word? I've been highly campaigning for a Paul versus Alcaraz Grand Slam final for a long time. To see it in a final of a big tournament would be a lot of fun, actually. They play some of the craziest rallies, both of them. Always so athletic. But let's see what Medvedev does. I'm not counting him out yet, but that would be fun. One of my favorite rivalries, genuinely. Top 5. That's a great forehand from Paul, 3-0. But this is surprising to me at the moment. If Paul wins Indian Wells, does he replace Fritz as our Olympic rep? We got 4 guys, Ghosts, not just one. But yeah, maybe he becomes the top dog. We'll see how Fritz shows up next. Zheng looked great in green. Yeah, Zheng looked great. Yeah, that was a great kid as well. Paul beats Alcaraz in Canada last year. Yes, he beat Alcaraz twice in a row. You know what that reminded me of? You know the Doofenshmirtz meme of that Phineas and Ferb scene where he's like, I'm not surprised that happened. I'm surprised that happened twice. Or whatever it is. That's what that is. Paul could beat Alcaraz in Canada once. Already slightly surprising, but that could happen. The fact that he did it twice, 2 years in a row is so strange. Zheng didn't wear Daniil's t-shirt. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good to have you in this stream as well, Powell. What's up? Kwabena, has Medvedev sold the game? No, the match isn't over yet, but no, he definitely needs to raise his level up. Yeah, well, it's not over, but yeah, Medvedev needs to pick up his level big time. Right now he is playing poorly. So right now, but Paul is the better bet, but I just don't count out Medvedev. Paul versus Carlos will be good since Paul beaten Carlos twice already. Yes. I'll tell you what, if Paul wins, Carlos has a winning head-to-head against Medvedev, but Paul, I don't know if he has a winning head-to-head against Carlos, but he certainly did after Canada. I think now it's 2-2, but if Paul wins, I think Alcaraz will have played 5 guys in a row that he's had either neutral or losing head-to-heads against. Literally. I think that's right. What has his draw been in this tournament? It's been crazy. He played Morozov, Zverev, Sinner, and there's somebody else. FAA. FAA has a winning head-to-head. Morozov is 1-0 against Alcaraz before they played. Zverev is up in that head before they played. Sinner is up in that head before they played. And Paul was up in that head, and now it's 2-2. So Alcaraz, if he wins this tournament, it is a statement of statements to come back. It really, really is. In his first final since Cincinnati, that's already a big moment. Volley from Paul, very good. That's deep, though. On the second one, 15 love for Medvedev. Serve out wide, backhand to the backhand of Medvedev. Sliced. Forehand of Paul hits the tape. Oh, what was Medvedev doing there? That was wild. Medvedev had loads of time and hit the net, and then Medvedev just panics. That was such a Medvedev moment. Medvedev was going the opposite direction of the What was that? What was that? Medvedev going the opposite direction over the ball. He had loads of time to hit it in the net court, and then he just swatted at the ball to just walk the opposite way. He had loads of time to get that. Anyways, 30-15 for Medvedev. Replay was hilarious. That replay made me laugh so hard. Why did Medvedev do that? Anyway, 30-15 for Medvedev. Medvedev is a character. Backhand, forehand to Medvedev. That's in the bottom of the net. Hasn't Medvedev sold this game? Yeah, it's looking like something like that. It's 30 all. Medvedev needs to pick up his level. Big time. Big time. Ghost, you kind of came in with something. I'm starting to think that maybe you had something. Medi looks grouchy, Jane. Yeah. That's kind of a good good pickup. He does look a bit very negative in his body. What's the word? Body energy? That's not It's not a thing. Body energy. What's the word? Body language. Body energy. That's okay. That's something else. Body language is better. Serve down the tee, forehand to Paul, the back into Medvedev, back into Paul. Forehand to Medvedev, back into Paul. That goes out from Medvedev. We're at deuce at 3-0. Paul's going to look for the double break here. I like your giggle, Anthony. I appreciate it. It literally genuinely made me laugh. I don't know why it made me laugh so hard, but it did. Serve down the tee, back into Medvedev. That goes out again. What in the world is Medvedev doing? First center, now Medvedev has fully lost the plot here. Medvedev beat Alcaraz on clay. Morozan beat Alcaraz on clay. Don't know if that matters, but there it is. Yeah, true. But all those guys had winning head-to-heads. That was the point. Like, that's very, very impressive run from Alcaraz to do that. Like, I'm not saying that it makes it less impressive for any of those guys, but what a many. Hey, what's up, Peaches? What's up, Jane? What's up? Appreciate you joining in. We got Deuce here. First serve in the net from Medvedev. It's kind of remind me of his serving performance versus Korda right now. Paul coming in right next to the service box. Forehand down the line. Backhand slice of Paul. Forehand to Medvedev. That's in the net. All right, we got a 4-0 lead here for Paul as he gets a double break. This is crazy stuff. Double break lead for Paul. Body Energy is the name of my sports psychology book for women. Okay. All right, Ghost. All right. Holy shizzle, Batman. Is Tommy Paul going to win this match? Ghost, you were on to something early. I'm not going to lie. When you get it right, you get it right. No way Medi does come back second set, Jane. I agree. Medi's going to fight hard, but this is pretty crazy so far. Serve from Paul. Out wide to the forehand of Medvedev. Paul almost looking for the bagel here. Back and slice. The back into Medvedev. Cross court. Back into Paul. Down the line. That goes out. So love 15 for Medvedev. Forehand drop shot, Paul. That doesn't even reach the net. Love 30. Ghost kept doubling down on Paul. It had to hit eventually. Yeah, that's true. I've been backing Paul since Adelaide/Australian Open. He's having a big year. I mean, is he having that big of a year, though? I mean, what is... Am I blinking? I don't think Tommy Paul's done that much, though, right? He got to the Delray Beach final. No, he did. He got to the Dallas final. I'm wrong. He won Dallas, got to final Delray. Yeah, he's having a pretty good year. I mean, hopefully he picks it up. Here, this would be a big win for him. Yeah, it goes. He's done some things, but this would be by far his biggest tournament of the year so far. Ready switching rackets. Looking at one of them suspiciously. Maybe Rublev snuck a truck racket into his bag. Okay, yeah, maybe. That's a great video as well. Yeah, I don't know. But we got 4-1 as Paul nets a ball, so that's an error. It's 4-1. He won Dallas and Delray back-to-back. Nah, you're right. This would be by far his biggest tournament of the year so far, though. But, yeah, we'll see. This would be a great tournament for him. We'll see if he keeps this up for the year. And he's up 4-1 on Medi. Actually, Fritz won Delray. Although never mind. But my point stands. Yeah, no, it's good. Going deep in tournaments. Yeah, a couple of good ones back to back for sure. Tommy Paul is a badass, and he's collecting some big scalps. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll see. He's up 4-1. Imagine if Paul won Indian Wells. Would be crazy. Yeah, after Fritz did that 2 years ago, it would definitely be wild. Yeah, that'd be definitely be nuts. Medi looks like a toddler waking up from the nap. I literally don't think he's shown up on the court yet. Let's see if he can do it. Is that 1-4? Like his serving stats, like come on. I just it's gotta be fairly weak so far, to say the least. Yeah, 50% of first serve points. 1 for 6 on second serve points. Yeah, he's literally won way less than half of his serve points so far. He's 6 for 16 on serve points. That's crazy for Medvedev. Backhand down the line, that goes out. Now he's 7 for 17. First serve in the net from Medvedev. Second serve coming here. Serve down the tee for Nepal at the back end of Medvedev in the net. Medvedev is mouthing off to his box, and that's exactly what he should be doing. It's exactly what he should be doing. I don't think this is going to be my usual hype stream, guys. I'm really out of nowhere, just really catching didn't get a nap in before anything. I didn't even think I was going to be streaming this, but anyway, a little bit tired, to be honest. But Paul already at the lead, backhand down the line. I don't try to have, like, whatever. My streams are just what my streams are, but I'm not feeling the energy right now, guys. I'm losing energy. It's only 10:32 p.m., but I wasn't prepared to call two matches. But still, enjoying the call here. 15:30, serve from Medvedev. Kick serve, that hits the tape. That's a let. Another first serve coming. Beautiful shot, yeah. But Paul can hit some really stunning passing shots. Oh, that's a great volley from Paul. Lob, backhand smash, great shot. Forehand, the forehand of Paul. That's a great down the line. That is a beautiful shot. Don't know if that's what you're referring to, Jane. Maybe you were a little bit ahead of me, but that is a beautiful shot. Wow, that was stunning. Paul lost some trouble with Jack Draper, though. Yeah, they've played like 5,000 times this year. They played a lot. Medi with 6 unforced errors in 5 games, rough start. I think that the stats are even being more kind to him than that. He's had a lot. Lob from Paul. That's a game of 3 stellar shots. And if Paul does reach the Indian Wells final and people are like, he reached the Indian Wells final, then just show him that game, you know? He played pretty well against Casper. He really, I don't know. It was a bit on and off. I mean, whatever. Like the second set, Paul really just kind of lost his level. And then the third set, Rude kind of really helped Paul to the finish line. But still, Paul played pretty well, especially he started off the match so well in that match. Started off the first set so well. 5-1 for Paul. He is by far the better player in the match so far. I don't know if it's fair to say that he's the one who looks like the world number 4, but Medvedev does not look like the world number 4 at the moment. Forehand, that's in the top of the tape. 15 love for Paul. 2 breadsticks to start off the semifinals, by the way. Medi at the net, yeah. It's not always great. Medi's 1 of 7 net points now. Thank you guys for keeping up with the stats, Jane and Ghost. Forehand to Paul. At the net backhand. That's a good pass from Medvedev, 15 all. I think one of Paul's tactics is to draw Medi low. Medi's only 1 out of 6 net points won. That's interesting. Draw Medi low. Medi's only 1 out of 6 net points won. That could be. It's working so far. I just think Medvedev is not great at net. I think Paul is, I don't think Paul is coming to net that much. I don't think that's his plan. Probably didn't, you saw that didn't work so well in Beijing. Medvedev has such a good passing shot. Serve and volley is another thing. He has served and volleyed a bit. He started off the match serving and volleying, but just coming to net, I think he's been rallying from the baseline, trying to draw Medvedev in. I think that's right. And serving and volleying. I think that's been a big thing, from what I can tell. Hey, what's up, Naked Eyes? Appreciate you joining in. Thank you, everybody who joined in for the Sinner Alcaraz stream. It was a big stream. Enjoyed doing that one. First serve goes long. Second serve. Oh, that is a beautiful forehand from Medvedev out of nowhere. Cross court. Great angle there. And huge pace of shot. Yeah, Paul's forehand cross courts weren't even bad, but Medvedev just going for it. Down set point. 40-30. I don't think Medvedev's crawling out of this, but set point number 2 for Paul. Serve from Paul. Out wide, backhand. Oh, what a way to end the set. Did Paul make it or no? Oh, maybe it was called out. I thought he made it. Oh, the crowd hates it. Oh, it was out by literally less than a millimeter. It was out by less than a millimeter. The crowd hates it. We're back to deuce now. Medvedev saved 2 set points. That would have been one of the best set points I've ever seen. I don't know. That's not hyperbole, but it would have been one of the better ones. Deuce. Box yelling for Paul to finish it off right here. Serve out wide. That goes out. Forehand of Medvedev. That goes out. Advantage to Paul. That was very disappointing from Sinner. Yeah, it was. Also, I just think he was just physically spent, but not so good from Sinner to end it off. It was a sad finish. Yeah. Tommy Paul's underrated as an athlete. Yes. Not sure if he's quite up to Demon on speed or Monfils, for example. The man can move. Yes. The man can move, and he's so just, I don't know. Yeah, he's so good at just athletic moves on the court and jumping up to get shots and volleys and just, sliding across the court. Yeah, I totally agree. Just like there, sliding backhand, drop shot. Medvedev's a great drop shot. Too good. Great drop shot. Deuce. Paul has not done this well in a long time. Yeah, semifinals of a Masters, looking for the final of a Masters. I think Paul has never been in the final of a big tournament. This would be a brand new thing. Not just a long time. He's never really done this. So, great stuff. Semifinals of major could probably be equivalated with a final of a Masters, but still. Oh, wow. That's a huge forehand down the line from Paul. Probably even better, but still. Oh, I see. Poor Sinner. Yeah, he was struggling with the wrists after the dive. He started struggling, maybe leg cramps. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if he'll say, but he looked like he was physically struggling. But yeah, I agree. It was It was not great from center to end it off in the second and third sets. Paul is playing incredibly well. Serve the forehand to Medvedev, down the middle, forehand to Paul. Back into Medvedev, back into Paul. The back into Medvedev, drop shot. Back in Paul. Oh, he misses it wide again, though. Watch out, though. Deuce. Five minutes and 38 seconds and counting in this game. Wow, Paul, yeah, that forehand is exquisite. I love the emoticons, Naked Eyes. I don't know if that's what that is, but it reminds me of Blue from Foster Home for Imaginary Friends. That show was goated. That's one of my favorite childhood shows. Forehand back into Medvedev. The back into Paul. Back into backhand. Backhand slice of Paul. Forehand to Medvedev. Chip. Drop shot. Back into Paul. Oh, clips the top of the tape. Medvedev's not really earning this comeback. Paul is giving it to him. And his advantage to Medvedev. Medvedev did exceptionally well at the 40-15 point with a great forehand winner. But outside of that, it's been like three errors from Paul. That's too good from Paul, though, at the net. Deuce. He's one of the guys that is skillful enough, athletic enough to be able to cut off Medvedev's angles at the net, which is very good. Deuce. First serve out wide, forehand volley. Paul put away. Advantage to Paul. Medi is sneaking in on Paul's second serves. Very clever. Try to exploit and apply pressure. Yeah, he's been doing that throughout this tournament as well. I saw that a few times against Runa. He's been giving a lot of different looks this year. Oh, no way. That was even better than the initial shot. Paul serving and volleying Medvedev with an exquisite width of shot off the backhand down the line. But Paul just stretching across the court like elastic. He's at 6-1. Ghost, underrated athlete is right. 30-minute first set. Alcaraz will defeat Medi. Can't play like this. Yeah, Medi cannot play like this. I agree. Medi not going out easy. Respect. 6-1, though. But yeah, he did fight. But awesome, yeah. Wow, Paul. Let's go. There you go, Ghost. High-class tennis, absolutely. Very good from Paul. Fantastic set of tennis from Paul. 12 winners, 4 unforced errors for Paul. Let's see. Yeah, just really good all around. I mean, he went 7 for 13 net points won, actually, but 19 for 28 from baseline points won. That is a really important stat there. Because I tell you what, Paul was trying to come to net during their Beijing match, but it just wasn't working. I feel like. Now, I think Paul's strategy is split rally from the baseline. In these conditions, Medvedev doesn't really like very much. He's still serving and volleying a bit, but I think that's kind of Paul's strategy. Just rally kind of from the baseline. But that was a great volley there coming to nets off the serve and volley. Fantastic angle off the forehand. Opened up the racket face and just beautifully, whatever, volleyed. Can't think of the word. Yes, Ghost. He didn't look fully fit. Good performance from Alcaraz, though. I agree. Fantastic performance from Alcaraz. He played like the world number 2. I think Sinner may have collected a couple of major injuries. Minor injuries. Left knee, right wrist. Not taking anything from Alcaraz, but that might explain third set drop in performance. I think it fully explains the third set drop in performance from Sinner, to be honest. Partly what it was. I've seen that a couple times from Yannick. I think he was hurt. It reminded me of a match that Yannick played against Korda in Adelaide last year. He didn't retire from the match, but he looked like resigned to the fact that his body has taken over. And you can say about that what you will, but I just think he was dealing with some health issues, and he'll be back. He won 19 in a row, and it was a good match anyway. 3-set match. We saw some exquisite shots and rallies, like always, especially in that second set. And Alcaraz really picked it up in the third and the second. All right, serve here from Medvedev to start off the second set. We'll see if he can strike back. It was all Tommy Paul. I'll say this, it doesn't really mean anything, but Sinner won the first set 6-1 against Alcaraz. Then you saw where that took us. Backhand, forehand. Oh! Right at the net. Going right at each other. Medvedev does apologize. That was the big thing in Runa. Actually, the exact same situation, first point of the second set. Just like against Runa. It was Medvedev who won the point. Bit of a smile between the two. 15 love for Medvedev. What is up with Medi? I don't know. Just hasn't really woken up yet to his best at all. Forehand cross court. That's a great slap shot from Medvedev, though. That's vintage Medi. 30 love. Closing a set is tough mentally. Let's see how Paul responds to that pressure. Yeah. Got one set, Paul. You got it. Yes, goes Paul is actually very good defending. Sometimes when most of the players of the defense are trying to anticipate sketch the shot, start running to one side before opponent hits the ball while Paul stays in the middle. He somehow still gets there. Yes, that's a very good point. He slides so well, and he just, I don't know, just like tall, big legs, just striding across the court. Very athletic movement. Very, very good. At the net and from the back of the court. Very good. Another comeback. Yeah, Iman, maybe. Let's see. Forehand big to the forehand of Medvedev. Backhand. Volley. Backhand Medvedev gets it. That's a great shot from Medvedev. 1-0. Okay. Things are rising up. They're heating up. Good play here. That was a great shot from Medvedev. I thought for sure he wasn't going to get there, let alone hit a shot that low. Hope Sinner will get better and ready for Miami. He will. He will. He just will. Medi with higher than usual unforced errors, 13. Yeah, let's see if he can tone it down. I'll look at the stats. Unbelievable volley, yes. Incredible match. Yeah, it's a good one so far. It's a good one so far. At least it's starting to be in the second set. The first set was pretty one-sided. By the way, forehand quality, 9.7 per Paul is crazy. 9.9 is the max. It's so cold there, too. Yeah. Paul's full of surprises today. True, naked eyes. Medi, but is a great tactician, so I expect him to fight back. Yeah. I think what Ghost said about the returner serve is going to stay true. I think he's going to start coming in more. I think he's going to switch things up to not, figure things out to not get into these kind of baseline points, which Paul is winning a lot of. And then maybe go back to him, but he's got to switch something up, right? Good hold, yeah. Maybe Paul is just too good today, but Medvedev's got to try something to switch things up. Maybe play a little bit more aggressive, or at least try to. I don't know. By the way, 5-0 for Medvedev to start off the second set in terms of points. Love 15. Serve out wide, back in Medvedev, and it is 1-5. Paul wins the point off the serve. 15 all. It's a big serve for Paul again. It gets a big reaction from the crowd. 30-15. Paul already back at the line to serve. I said Medvedev in straight sets. My prediction's already spoiled. Backhand, forehand. The backhand of Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. Down the line. Backhand Medvedev. The backhand volley of Paul. Forehand of Medvedev. Oh, what a passing shot. That is better for Medvedev. That is better. Let's go Medvedev. 30 all. Medvedev only 5.4 forehand quality against Paul's 9.7. Crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy, Powell. 5.4 versus 9.7. Backhand on defense, the forehand to Paul down the middle for Medvedev. Oh, backhand Paul somehow gets it. Again gets it, but that goes wide though. It's just Paul point in to point out, is he as solid and smart as Medvedev? That might be a big thing in this match as Medvedev gives his own answers to these Paul questions. Paul's game is peculiar serve and volley, but with the capacity for grinding and pinpoint. Bashing. Yeah, true. I like that too. I like that description. Two zero for Medvedev as Paul hits an error. 2-0. Wow, much better start for Medvedev. Similar to Sinner Alcaraz match as well. Paul just fully misses a forehand there out of nowhere. This could get interesting pretty quickly. Paul for the top 10. Oh, absolutely, Gene. I don't know if I would bet on it, but he absolutely could be. He's kind of rising to that potential for that position. Also, a guy like Humbert. There's a lot of guys who haven't been the top 10 who I think could get in there. De Minaur is the most recent like top 10 inclusion, but there's a lot of guys that could get there. What's up, Edgar? What's up, Gene, as well? I don't think that's too crazy to suggest that. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Ball getting up around 130, 132 miles per hour on serve. Yeah. Backhand Medvedev. Cross court, the backhand of Paul sliced. Backhand Medvedev. The backhand slice of Paul. Backhand slice of Medi. The backhand of Paul sliced. Forehand of Medvedev. Drop shot. Paul. Oh! Medvedev there with the volley. Paul too nice. Paul could have absolutely bashed it at him, but he goes a little bit lighter. I mean, he goes kind of to at Medvedev, but he had to play there right at Medvedev. That's why that's the fair shot. That was absolutely the right shot there. He goes a little bit nice. Too much topspin on it. He should have just, bashed it. A little bit too nice. Yeah, Nicholas, yes. Medvedev picking up here. Forehand chip, forehand Medvedev, cross court. Forehand Medvedev, back in. Now back in volley, Paul, that's in the net. 40 love for Medvedev. Serve from Medvedev out wide, forehand chip of Paul. Back in Medvedev, back in Paul, guarding that net, big volley. I suspect Shelton will break top 10 by the end of the year. Ghost, a lot of people seem to think so. I wouldn't be so confident with Shelton, but let's see. I agree. I agree with Powell, to be honest. There are a few things holding me back from this year. In the future, I expect him to be top 10. This year, I'm not as certain, but let's see. That goes out from Paul. But I also think Korda has a chance at top 10, but not anywhere, not anytime soon, at least what it seems like right now. But I don't know about anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, there's a few guys who really could crack the top 10. There are other guys as well. Dimitrov could get into the top 10 again. Hachnov is near the top 10. They've been top 10, though. There are other guys. Jack Draper, Artur Feast. Those are guys that are probably very likely going to be top 10 in the future. There are other ones as well. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to stop off for a minute. I'll be right back for this next game. Back in here from Paul at 15 all. The backhand of Medvedev. Backhand of Medvedev slice. The forehand of Paul. Inside out, backhand Medvedev. That goes out. Paul at 30-15. The crowd largely cheering for the American. That is Tommy Paul. Sets 1 and set 2 are like mirror opposites. I tell you what, Ghost, that's exactly what I said about the Sinner Alcaraz match. I said the exact same thing in that match. She might remember as well. I was saying that in that match, I felt like Sinner was playing the more complete game and Alcaraz was hitting the early ball errors and Sinner was on the baseline and playing in, stepping in. And now I feel like it's reversed. So Medvedev aggressive with the return position, by the way. Medvedev at the baseline. This literally is a mirror. The scoreline is mirrored. I think we had this exact scoreline, but for Paul in the first set. This is a really strange set of semifinals. I tell you what. Really weird set of semifinals. All Medvedev runs backwards for the return. Second serve here. That's a double fault. Not good. Not good. Kick serve. Medvedev. Oh! 4-0 for Medvedev after he trailed 4-0 in the second set. Paul has dropped his level, but that is a hell of a return to finish it off. Serve and volley. Hell of a serve, but Medvedev, I don't even know how he got that back in. Paul thought that was impossible, so he's like, okay, I'm not even going to cover that shot, but too good for Medvedev. 4-0. Geez, Paul. Yeah. I mean, Medvedev's risen, Paul's dropped, for sure. Man, we're starting to get into collapse territory. All of a sudden, Paul is choking. Yes, for sure. Paul's choking now, for sure. He's folding a bit. In the second set, after he got the lead. But the third set is where it will matter the most. But, yeah. I mean, the situation definitely got to him. He's a set away from his first ever final of a big tournament. It's definitely gotten to him. Also, Medvedev has switched things up, as he will do. He's a mad scientist on the court. What in the world is Medvedev doing? Medvedev just served and volleyed from no man's land, hit a topspin backhand on the rise from the service box, and then came to net, and Paul hit a backhand pass. Okay. Medi is all warmed up now. That's true, Annie. That's facts. Forehand, cross court, the forehand of Medvedev. The forehand of Paul, down the line, backhand Medvedev. The backhand slice of Paul. Backhand Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. Forehand Medvedev, volley. Oh, I misses just wide. Love 40. A strange match right now. I think, didn't we have this exact scoreline in the first set, but the other way? The first set was 4-0, love 40, but Paul was leading. This is weird. Gus, you're exactly right. This is mirrored from the first set. This is weird. Serve from Medvedev. Down the tee. Forehand Paul. That's big. Paul, no celebration. Just goes to the other side. He's got one break back. 1-4. Is he still alive in the set? I think so. 1-4. Nice shot, Paul. Yeah, great shot there. This feels more like a WTA match. It's a bit up and down. When is the Miami draw coming out? Miami draw comes out tomorrow. Miami draw comes out tomorrow. Strange match. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. Strange matches today, both. Yeah, I fully agree. Go away, Tommy. Hey, what's up, Lexi? Thanks for joining in. Excited to call this. Lopsided sets, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, that's both very strange matches. Yeah, there's not been one set that hasn't been tight. You're absolutely right, Sean. There's not been one set that hasn't been tight. All right, forehand of Paul here. It's the forehand of Medvedev cross court. Forehand of Paul. Forehand of Medvedev. That goes out. Very, very, very weird matches. It just seems so strange right now. Paul now with the lead. Not incredible play at nearly any points from two players at the same time, where it feels like both guys are playing their best. So it was really that moment earlier in the Sinner Alcaraz match where it really felt like that. Right now, we're having very lopsided sets. Nothing. I mean, we haven't even had a set go 6-4, right? We've had two breadsticks. We've had 6-2. We've had 6-3. Now it's 4-1. This is a really weird day so far. I kind of hope this trend dies off. It's been very, I don't know what, like whiplash watching it. I was getting whiplash. So much going on. Serve down T is good from Paul, 4-2. Powell, do you know when exactly tomorrow the Miami draw comes out? I did at one point, but I totally forgot. So let me look that up for you. I'll look it up. Miami draw tennis time. Let me see. Miami draw. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the draw will be. Let me see. Yeah, so according to this, the women's draw will be tomorrow. The men's draw will be the day after. I don't have no idea why they would separate the two, but it doesn't say the time though, so I'm not exactly sure. Maybe somebody watching knows that. I blame the California weather. Yeah. What are the courts playing like? They're playing weird. A lot of times people at Indian Wells say that they feel like the balls are just like kind of flying from them. Yeah, they're just playing a bit weirdly. They're playing very slow, especially after the rain that happened. It feels like to me. It feels like things are happening in slow motion. But at the same time, it's like the high bounce and it's the outdoor conditions, the wind. It's not really sunny at the moment. You have the sun. You have the ball kind of flying through the court at the same time, where you kind of hit it and you just don't know exactly. Like, I don't know. It's a weird conditions at Indian Wells, but right now they just feel super slow to me. Doesn't seem like it's super windy, at least to me. It just feels very, very, very slow to me, from my perspective. Just even slower than usual. 15:30. What is happening right now? Medvedev now with a chance. Good serve, yeah. Your scoreboard is out one full game ahead of me. Yeah, well, scoreboard's ahead of me too. I'm watching the match live, but Tennis TV, I guess, is a little bit behind. It's not usually where I watch it. I have a place Sky Bet that's usually very on par with the scoreboard, but they're just not showing the semis today, which is unfortunate. That's just what it is. Dealing with that. Happens what happens. Happens. Actually, speaking of, hold up. Okay, thank you. Ghost, you saved me because I just checked Sky Bet again. They do have this match. Okay, I'll be more on par with the scoreboard now, which is great. Forehand, inside out, back in Paul. Forehand volley, Paul, put away. We're back at deuce. Naked Eyes is a good name. That is a good name. I agree. I like that. Another good serve. Medi has 0 aces to Paul's 3. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to look at the stats after this game of what's happened so far, for sure. Alcaraz had 0 aces as well. Sinner only 1. It's just playing so slowly. It's cold at Indian Wells. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, usually when it's hot and humid, it plays super fast. Right now, it's just, I mean, this is about as slow as it gets. Indian Wells is slower than the majority of clay courts. So that's what it is. I don't know. Advantage to Medvedev. I don't love it playing this slow, but it's fine. Indian Wells has its own thing. I'm 2 hours from Indian Wells. Naka, have you gotten a chance to come out then? Sinner lost. We'll get to that, Lexi. We'll get to that. Advantage to Medvedev. Backhand cross court. The backhand Medvedev. That goes long. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Serve down T, back into Paul, to the back end of Medi, back in Paul. Down the line, forehand to Medvedev, cross court, forehand to Paul, cross court, forehand Medvedev, down the line, back in slice of Paul. Back into Medvedev, comes in, cross court, back in slice, back in volley. Oh, Paul's still running, but that's a really good point from Medvedev. That's high level. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Advantage to Medvedev. But yeah, Alexi, Sinner lost. Currently in grieving, no. 19 matches. Shout out to Carlos. He played a great match. It was sad to see the way it happened with Sinner in the second and third sets, the way he kind of went away. Physically, he was struggling, but yeah, there you go. Sinner lost for the first time since Davis Cup, which is pretty crazy. It's really crazy. Backhand down the line to the forehand of Medvedev, backhand of Paul, the backhand of Medvedev, sliced. Forehand of Medvedev, that goes out again, back to deuce. By the way, I said that wrong. Really, the first time he's lost since the ATP Finals. He won Davis Cup, so congrats, Alki, but damn, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was surely possible, but I did feel confident picking Sinner. I can't lie. So I wasn't surprised, but I was not expecting it. Paul returning super close sometimes. He likes doing that. He's right on the baseline. Paul does like doing that. That's his return stance for sure. All right, back to deuce. Wow. Alcaraz versus Paul in the finals? Maybe. I have no idea what's going on right now. I'm trying to process the results at the moment. Then I'll think about the final. I also have no idea who's going to win this match at the moment. This is up in the air. Just feel like it's so chaotic and unpredictable at the moment. It's got to be partially the conditions, right? They're playing so slow. It's hard to really hit through the court and hit winners. At the moment, you see that with the aces count that Medvedev has. Neither guy is really able to take control or play their best level. It's hard to play your top level when you're on a surface that's playing this slow. So, serve out wide for Nepal. That's in the net. Advantage to Medvedev. Yet again. Can he finish? Alcaraz versus Paul in the finals would be awesome, Edgar. Yeah, cramps in his wrist was hurting. Yes. Come on, Medi. Taking break. Congrats, Alki, but didn't see that coming. Yeah. Pavel just seeing it now on Twitter. Yikes. I gotcha. Backhand for a pass. That's too good. We're back to deuce. This is so long. I hope to go to Indian Wells someday to sit at a reasonable place. It's about $400. Yeah, I got you. I'd be down to just sit anywhere, but yeah, I feel that's so expensive. Everything in LA is expensive. Or not in LA, but in California. How are you, Anthony? I'm good. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm tired. That goes out from Paul. Advantage to Medvedev. I'm doing fine, but I am tired. I took one for the quality shot team. Not gonna lie. Nobody could do the match. I decided to do it, but I'm excited to be here. Commentate. I'm happy to be here. Serve down the tee. That goes wide from Medvedev. Second serve. Kick serve. Back into Paul. Comes in. Back in Medvedev. That's a pass. 5-2. 5-2. Qualities for Indian Wells, I think, is $15. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, even I mean, you can sit pretty close to them and watch them play at court level, where the spins and the speeds and everything are so obvious. You get to see them up close. That's always fun. Close to UC Irvine. I gotcha. Yeah, Medi net play improving. Medi, yeah. Yeah, even at the Australian Open, it was good. It was decent. Qualities for US Open is free. Yeah, we're doing it better. Or US Open's doing it better. I like that Sinner and Alcaraz like each other. I think they're friends, right? Yeah, good friends. Very good friends. Even after the rain delay happened, I saw them chatting as they walked off the court. They did a bit of a high five before the match started. Alcaraz was always checking on Sinner to make sure he was okay even after the dive. So, yeah, they're about as good friends as it comes when it comes to two big rivals. And you could get a press pass maybe. Yeah, I tried to get a press pass for Indian Wells. It didn't happen, but I'm planning out a trip to US Open to Newport. I'll definitely be in the Atlanta event. We'll see what else I do. Miami and Indian Wells didn't really work out timing wise and other stuff, but yeah, I'll do the other ones. Very long deuce game, yeah, very long. Paul couldn't quite finish it out. Yeah, and it'd be cool. Yeah, make friends in the chat. Find somebody to go with. Be fun. Maybe sometime I can travel up to Indian Wells. Maybe next year. Passing shots or something. Both guys are good at them. It's 8 p.m. here. Yeah, for me, it's almost midnight. I'm very tired. As I said, yes. Ghost, I got within 10 feet of Federer at Indian Wells one year. That's pretty fun. That would have, made my year. For sure. Another serve coming here from Paul. Misses the first serve into the net. Back into Medvedev to the back end of Paul. Cross court. Back in Medvedev. Cross court to the back end of Paul. Forehand to Medvedev. The forehand of Paul down the line. Back into Medvedev. The back end of Paul hits the top of the tape. Love 15. This is a roller coaster. Serve out wide, back in Medvedev to the back in Paul. Forehand Medvedev. Inside out, back into Paul. Fully sliding on the hard courts. Forehand to Paul. Forehand to Medvedev. Down the line, back into Paul. Back into Medvedev. Back into Paul. Back into Medvedev. Back into Paul. Forehand Medvedev. Forehand to Paul. Back in Medvedev comes the net. Volley. It's a good one. Back in Paul. Oh, so nonchalant, but he puts it away. Forehand Medvedev. Hits it out. This is strange. It feels like it's going in slow motion. Anthony, let us know if you're coming to Indian Wells next year. Okay, I'll let you know. And I'll try to. I'll go to either Indian Wells or Miami next year. For sure. Hopefully Indian Wells. That'd be fun. Paul, we want this game so he can increase his chance of starting on serve in the third set. A break and loss of set here would be a big mistake. Fully agree. Yeah, this game is crucial. Oh, Paul dives, but that's a good pass from Medvedev. He's at 15-30, though. He's at 15-30. By the way, I appreciate everybody joining in. Got over 45 y'all on here. Over 45 people on stream. 15:30 here for Medvedev. Two points away is Medvedev. Serve from Paul. Down the tee, forehand to Medvedev. Way up high, forehand to Paul. Inside out, back into Medvedev in the net. $40-30 for Paul. Forehand to Paul. That goes out from Medvedev. So Medvedev, Paul does win that game. Medvedev serves for the set. As Ghost very nicely pointed out in the chat. If Medvedev wins this game, Paul will serve first in the third set, which is a good thing for Paul. Yes, nice job. Hey, thank you, Annie. Whoa. I don't know where you're rolling out. Sorry, Annie, but yeah, good hold. Yep. 5-3 for Medvedev. He's one away. But yeah, I'll definitely try to stop by Indian Wells. That'd be fun. Big serve down the tee must have been just in. Let's see if Medvedev can defend his final and do an exact rematch of Medvedev Alcaraz last year. Be very similar tournaments, this one and last year. Very similar. Alcaraz beating Sinner in the semis, Medvedev in the final to verse Alcaraz. And what else? Last year, Medvedev beating the number 2 American in the semifinals, Tiafoe. That was a crazy match, too. Very up and down at the end. Medvedev played out of his mind. Best match I've ever seen him play at Indian Wells was that match against Tiafoe. Hit like 10 really impressive passing shots. Like, all could have been the best shot of the day that day. Really impressive level. Backhand down the line. Forehand to Medvedev. Forehand to Paul. Cross court. Forehand to Medvedev. Down the line. Back into Paul. Better rallies now. Back into Paul. Back into Medvedev. Back into Paul. Back into Medi. Back into Paul. Slice to forehand to Medvedev. Back into Paul. Back into backhand. Neither guy really being able to hit through the court at all in these slow conditions right now. Backhand to the back into Paul. Oh! Acceleration. Is there going to be another twist on the plot? Because of course there is, right? 15:30. This has been a roller coaster. Has it been the best roller coaster ride ever? Probably not, but it's been a roller coaster. And we keep going. 15:30 for Paul. Roller coaster never stops. Miami probably has better food, but the IW facilities are amazing. Nice. I'll probably go for the food, to be honest. Forehand, cross court to forehand to Paul. Forehand to Medvedev. That's in the net. I'm also very hungry. I'm definitely going to have a late night snack after this. Maybe more than a snack. I don't know. Whatever. My sleep schedule is screwed. Indian Wells is cold. It's cold today, that's for sure. And yeah, that's wild. Cheering for Tommy Paul. Okay. It's been rainy. It's been cold. And yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, Joe. Joe 512. Serve out wide. Forehand to Paul. That goes long. So second serve. Sorry, 30-40. Just an hour and 10 minutes played so far. Back in Medvedev down the line. Forehand volley. That's a good one. Tommy Paul wants to finish this off in 2 sets. It's a double break, right? 4-0 double break for Medvedev. Tommy Ball just wants to be annoying. The crowd loves it. The crowd loves it. 4-5. Wow. Ghost loves it too, I'm sure. Ghost, how are we feeling? Go Paul, crazy. Two breaks down. 4-5. What the hell, Medi? Dios mio, yeah. He let it go for sure, but Paul, two really great return games. Wow, wow. All right, let's look at the stats so far, get an idea of what's when the world is going on in the match so far. It's been a roller coaster. Okay, so match stats so far. 0 aces for Medvedev is the first stat that just absolutely pops out at you. According to Tennis 24, 0 aces for Medvedev. 3 for Paul. 54% of first serve points won, 26% of second serve points won. Paul doing better. Paul's not doing amazing on serve, but it looks amazing compared to Medi's numbers. He's won 5 out of 19 second serve points. Crazy. Winners to errors is positive for both, if that's even accurate. I don't really think it is, but yeah, Medvedev just not serving well at all. Serve out wide, forehand to Medvedev. Back into Medvedev, forehand to Paul. Forehand to Medvedev, back into Paul, cross court. That goes out from Paul. Medvedev is 3 points away from the set yet again. I don't like this tournament. Too many delays, suspensions. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. They need to get a roof for the rain, Lexi. I really think so. Nicholas, come on, Medi. I don't like it either, Lexi. The bees was crazy, and then we had rain, and we had the flashing lights. It's been a weird tournament. Djokovic losing to Nardi. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on. Kick serve, forehand of Medvedev. The back end of Paul, back end of Medvedev. Back end slice of Paul. Back end of Medvedev. The back end of Paul sliced. Back end Medvedev. We're going back end to back end. Both guys just rallying. Very slow conditions. That back end goes long. Love 30. Love 30 here. Takes the momentum away. Damn, I fully agree. I fully agree. Tennis momentum is key. You want things to be moving quick. I mean, I don't really like a whole lot of changes to make everything super quick to the point where it's just like too quick. But all right, love 30 here. Paul serving. Serve out wide, forehand to Medvedev. The back into Paul. Oh, that's a good serve and volley play. Nice serve and volley play. 15-30. 15-30, 15-30. Go, Paul. Okay. Come on, Medi. Come on. I love it. Hold serve. Paul with a great forehand inside in. Paul with a comeback in the set would be a little bit disappointing to get all soiled here. That Nardi kid is really talented. No shame that loss for Djokovic. He's definitely very talented, but it's not a great loss for Novak. All right. It's a deuce. Sorry, 30 all here for Paul serving. Serve here from Paul. Out wide. The forehand of Medvedev. That goes out. 40-30 for Tommy Paul. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff from Paul. Forehand to Paul. Back in Medvedev. Back and slice of Paul. Back and slice of Medvedev. Backhand. That goes long. 5-5 for Paul. Serve into the net from Medvedev is in the net. Second serve. Before into Paul. That goes wide. All right, come on, Medvedev. Let's hold here. Set Medvedev in 2 sets. I mean, I didn't expect Paul to play. I don't know. Paul's played well, and I didn't expect this kind of a roller coaster. A good fight from him in this set, even though Medvedev's serve is so far from what his best is. It's crazy. Not even 1/3 of what it is on his best day. Backhand, cross court, the backhand slice of Paul. Doing well forehand. Inside out the backhand of Paul. Backhand Medi. The backhand of Paul down the line. Forehand Medvedev again. The forehand of Paul. Backhand Medvedev. Backhand slice of Paul. Forehand Medvedev. Backhand Paul. Backhand Medi again. Forehand of Paul. Backhand Medi. That's in the net. 15-all for Paul. This is crazy. Is he going to go for number 3 here? 3rd break in a row against Daniil Medvedev. Has Medvedev ever been broken 3 times in a row? That's my question, by the way. That's my question. Yep, they need a roof. Yes. Super agree. There's a match a long time ago between Rafa and Novak. Novak had a chance winning. Then it rained. Of course, rain favors Rafa, and he won. Okay, got you, Lexi. Yeah. Every big tournament needs a roof. There's no ins or outs about it. It's pretty obvious. They need a roof. I mean, IW and the classic conditions that they have, it's not just going to become indoors right when they install a roof. They should do it. To have that as an option, because this week's been soiled by it. 30-all for Paul with a big smash. Hate waiting and it gets unpredictable. Fully agree. It was annoying for me. I had to keep checking. Literally, I was doing a workout and I was like doing sit-ups, and then I like stopped the sit-ups workout, and then I did one more and I just checked if the Sinner Alcaraz match was back yet. I was like, I had my phone up, and I just like, I whatever I was doing, or what I was talking to my friends, I was like, is the Sinner Alcaraz match back again? It's like, there's so many things, like, I don't know. It's like, it's so annoying. You never know when they're going to come back when the rain is delayed, and it's just like, it fully stops momentum of the match. It's fully right. Tennis needs momentum. The players lose their momentum. We usually don't get the highest level matches when there's a break in between it. That goes out. Good hold from Medi. Good hold from Daniil, 6-5. Good hold from Daniil, 6-5. By the way, I keep hearing it's cold in Indian Wells. What is the weather exactly? At the moment, what's the temperature? Yeah, 58 degrees Fahrenheit. So just colder than usual, I guess. Especially after the rain. With the clouds cover as well. Very good hold. Yes, very good hold from Medi, for sure. I like the roof on center court in Wimbledon. It's such a lovely diffused light, very cinematic. Yeah, that's true, Ghost. Not all courts are made equal. How to reply, Adrian? I don't know what you mean. You can type up in chat. I'll try to answer it. Go Med. Yeah, Medvedev with the game there. I like Medvedev. 3. Demonor is in the race to Turin. Fair play. Yes, Demonor is very good right now. Very, very good right now. Yes. Medvedev doing well. If Tommy loses here, it would hurt real bad. Yeah, but he's done a hell of an effort, though, to be fair. I mean, he's got to be proud of his effort no matter what, to be honest, in my opinion. I don't know if it would hurt that badly. He's done great, but this is such a good opportunity for him to reach the final of a big tournament. So I think he needs to take it. I still give Medi the edge. He has more experience in pressure situations. Paul managed to forge the tiebreaker from 0-4 down. That's pretty dang impressive. Yeah, we'll see. So I guess you're expecting Paul in 3 sets then. Let's see what happens. I remember Novak cursing the rain, the delay. There you go. Yeah, they need a roof. Point blank period. All right. Go, Paul. Okay. That's a forehand volley into the net. Okay, tiebreaker coming. I'd like a tiebreaker right now. That's fine. Love 15. Love 15 for Medvedev. Backhand Medvedev, the forehand of Paul. Forehand of Medvedev. The backhand of Paul. Cross score. That's in the net again. 2 bad errors from Paul. Love 30. I bet Medi breaks here. Oh, he's got ice in his veins. The Iceman. He's 2 points away from it. We'll see what he can do. It's not been easy. Serve out wide for Medvedev. Oh, what an angle! That is a great volley because that was an amazing return from Medvedev. 15-30. Incredible dig from Paul there with the volley. He dug that out crazy. Great volley there. Great volley there. Serve down the T4 and Medvedev. That goes long. Great eye from Paul. Great eye from Paul. 30 all. I just really never know which way this match is going to go. It's stressing me out, to be honest. Serve down the T. Oh, it must have been just long. That looked in. Even Paul thought it was in. Serve Paul. Oh, it's a double fault right into the top of the net. He thought he had it with the first serve. Set point for Medvedev. The first set point in the match for Medvedev. Paul's doing everything he can. Hold Paul. Yep. Yeah, he is. That's for sure. Paul's working hard. Tiebreaker for a second set. Okay, Dennis, let's see. Let's see what Paul can do to save this here. This is a big test of Paul. Serve down T forehand. Chip, smash, Paul. Okay, put away. Solid. Solid. Let's go, Paul. Deuce. Solid stuff. Solid stuff. Tennis is the best sport, the best. I fully 100% agree, Ghost. We love it. Paul now 21 out of 38 net points won. That's a little bit better than what it was earlier. He's also coming to net a whole lot more now. 38 times for 2 sets is pretty crazy. Backhand cross court. That goes long. That's a bad error, and he knows it too. That's a swing and a miss from Tommy Paul. Advantage to Medvedev. Come on, Medi is 1 point away here. See what Medvedev does on the return. Backhand. He's been moving backwards, Medvedev, on the return, and that's given Paul a chance to play. When Paul has been making that first serve in. I liked it when he was stepping forward a little bit more, to be honest. I love the slow-mo footage. It really shows the strain these professionals put on their body from one moment to the next. Yes, absolutely. Tennis is the most underrated sport in terms of how difficult it is physically. It literally is. I mean, I don't know if it's the hardest. I'm just saying it's the most underrated. Like, so many people underrate the physical toughness of tennis. For sure. Yes, Ghost. Mentality monster. Yep. But it's Paul at advantage. Paul is his own worst enemy in this game. Yeah, but kind of, I don't know. Medvedev's not been doing great on his set points. Paul's not been doing great on the deuce points and the 30 all points. But now Paul is at advantage. He's trying to push this to a tiebreak. Be one tiebreaker away from his first big final. Forehand inside in to the forehand of Medvedev. That goes out. Let me know in the chat who's winning this tiebreaker and what's going to be the score. Anthony, do you agree with Tiafo? It's the toughest sport. I am biased as hell, but I'm going to say either tennis or mixed martial arts. I'm not going to pick between the two. Holiak fire, he did it. One tiebreaker away. Save set points as well. I really respect Paul. I respect both these players. I'm going to say Medvedev. I'm going to say 8-6 Medvedev. 8-6 Medvedev. Let me know in the chat. Whoever gets it right, I'll shout you out. Whoever gets closest. I'm going 8-6 Medi. 1-0 for Medvedev. Nice watching. Nichols tiebreak. Paul will win. Okay, let's see. I appreciate you stopping by, Dennis. Everybody who hasn't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. We're getting there. QualityShot Tennis. Appreciate everybody joining in, like always, for the stream. Smash put away. That is such a fast smash from Paul. Must have been 5,000 miles per hour. breaks the speed clock. 1-1. Paul had wanted nothing to do with it. Paul is 6 points away from his first big final. First final of a Masters tournament. He'll have Alcaraz. He has a neutral head-to-head against Alcaraz. It was winning. That's good stuff. Both wins at hardcourt Masters. On outdoor hard courts. Back in volley. Forehand Medvedev. That's a Daniil Medvedev passing shot. He's at 2-1. Medvedev up a mini break. Love it. Let's see what we got. Medi 7-5. Okay. Come on, Medi. My heart, Paul 9-7. My head, Medi 7-4. Okay, well, that's a lot to think about. 7-5 Medi 7-5. We have a lot of Medi 7-5s. I went 8-6. Backhand, that's in the net. 2-2. 2-2. Joe, hey, what's up? Can't believe I missed the Sinner Alcaraz match. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Sinner Alcaraz is always fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun. The second set had some crazy stuff. Sinner played amazing in the first set. Alcaraz played amazing in the second and third sets. Very rarely did they both show up with a high level at the same time. So it was definitely one of the weaker bouts, but it's a Sinner Alcaraz match. It was very fun. But I think the next one's going to be even better. So as long as you join in for that. That goes out from Medvedev. Medvedev chokes the 2 points. He's at 3-2 for Paul. Paul up a mini break. Medvedev up a mini break, up 2 breaks in the set. Jesus Christ. What is Daniil doing? 3-2 for Paul, though. I can't do it with Medi, man. It's the Indian Wells courts, man. He doesn't love these conditions. Great shot from Medi clutch. Yeah, but Paul right back at him. And Medi just folding there, honestly. 7-5 Paul, okay. Serve and volley. Paul, back in volley. Back in Medvedev for a lob. Smash. Paul, pass. Forehand. Oh, what a point. Forehand chip. Backhand. Paul for a pass, forehand volley. Rally of the match. Forehand. Down line. Backhand still there. Paul trying to dive, but he slips. I hope Paul is okay. Medvedev gets the mini break back. I think Paul is hurt. Paul hurt himself a little bit behind the court. It's 3-3. He might be poker facing it a little bit, but I think he hurt himself there. That was a stunning rally. First, Paul with the amazing get off the forehand chip from Medi. The backhand pass sensational. Then a couple amazing volley gets from Medvedev as Paul going at it. Paul definitely hurt himself. I hope Paul is okay. Yeah, Paul should have just slowed down after that. I think it was the initial. I don't know exactly what happened, to be honest, but he very awkwardly, I think he pulled something in his foot maybe. Or I don't know. He looks okay. He's jogging it off. I don't know if he's 100%, but hopefully he's at least like 90%. He's looking okay-ish. It's 3-3. Right now, it's not like in a mode where it feels super crazy or super serious. Wild swings, oh no. Second serve of Paul, out wide, forehand to Medvedev, down the line, back into Paul. Cross court, right from the baseline, forehand to Paul, inside out, back into Medvedev, down the line, forehand volley in the nets! No! Medvedev really trying to force us to 3 sets here. Paul had 3-2. We've had literally I think we've had 5 mini breaks in a row. I believe we've had 5 mini breaks in a row since 1-1. Medvedev now at 4-3. It's been a roller coaster ride. Absolute roller coaster. Serve from Medvedev in the middle of the net. Second serve. Kick serve back into Paul. The back into Medvedev. Forehand volley. Paul. Forehand to Medvedev. Lob way up high. Paul backs up. That's a great lob off the defensive lob from Medvedev. Now forehand. Back to neutral. Forehand. Paul hits over it. I think Paul might be hurt a little bit. I want to see a replay of that. It almost looked like Paul, after he hit that forehand, I'm not sure. I think it's something with his foot. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but that didn't look great. 5-3 for Medvedev. Daniil is doing what Daniil does. He's a former world number 1 for a reason, especially on a hard court. Whatever he says, this is a hard court, I think. I'm not going to trust Daniil with that. This is a hard court. 6-3 for Medvedev. He's got 3 set points. Yeah, he looks a tad gimpy. Yeah. He's looking a little bit weird. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get an MTO, especially if he loses this set. Knowing how absolutely nuts the set has been, I'm not going to say it's even over yet. I really am not. I'm not even close to saying that yet, despite it being set point. And 3 at that. But Paul at the line to serve. First serve in the net. Second serve. Second serve here. First serve in the net. Forehand from Medvedev. Forehand to Paul. It's over to the back end of Medvedev. Good top spin. That goes out. We're going 3 sets in California. And that was the first set that wasn't one-sided because Paul came back from a double breakdown. Tiebreaker goes the way of Medvedev, who clutches up. 7-3 in the tiebreaker for Medvedev. All right, who got the closest there? Let me check. He landed on that left foot, the 6 point. Okay. Yeah, that left foot, I think, is hurting. Medvedev going for a toilet break as well. All right, who got the closest there? Ghost, you said 7-4 for Medvedev. I think, Ghost, you got the closest. You said heart goes Paul, but head goes Medi 7-4. Okay, so there's a medic out for Paul. I think it is for that left foot. All right, I'm going to head off, take a break real quick. I'll be back for this 3rd set, so don't go anywhere. All right, here we go for the set. $30 love for Paul. All right, we're getting back started. Third set. It's 5:49 in Athens, Greece. Wow. Nicholas. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, it's almost midnight for me here, but that's savage. That is absolute savagery. Shout out to you, Nicholas. You're really staying up for this tennis. Started watching at 9:30 p.m. because the rain delay. It's almost 5 a.m. I got one more set to go. Yeah, my whole day has been tennis today, and it's gonna be past midnight. Jesus. (40-15) Paul. First serve goes long. Second serve, forehand. Medvedev down the line. That goes in. So 1 hour later than in Poland. Okay, got you. Oh, Medi takes an easy set. Both Medi and Paul. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Nicholas. Both Medi and Paul have cool socks. I didn't even pay attention. Shame on me, though, to be honest. Serve from Paul. Kicked. The backhand of Medvedev. Forehand of Paul. The forehand of Medvedev. Backhand of Paul. Down the line. Forehand of Medvedev. Right off the baseline. And, of course, we go to deuce yet again. As we go to deuce. Just want to look at some of the things that were going on that set. In set number 2. This is a big number for Paul. 53% of first serves in. He was just making 35% of second serve points. Second serve points won. So only winning that few second serve points. That's a big forehand from Medvedev as he retrieves the Paul lob. Advantage to Medvedev. I mean, it's set number 1. Paul was went 8 for 12 on second serve points. In set number 2, he went 7 for 20. So it felt like Medvedev applied a much more aggressive return stance often, which was good for him. And he was able to attack better, kind of like Paul in the first set. Advantage Medvedev here. Serve out wide, back in Medvedev. Smash, put away. That's a slam dunk. That's a Sampras slam dunk. U.S. number 2 getting it done from the U.S. home crowd. You know, this is not a well-known name like a Taylor Fritz. Not quite, but he's impressive. There's that athleticism. That's become signature for a lot of the tennis fans that do watch closer inside the game. Well, not. I hope Paul takes an easy set. Okay, Marino, we'll see. Paul with an incredible attempt there. Right off his feet with a backhand volley, but Medvedev with a great passing shot. Yeah, we'll see what Paul does. Ghost, you're kind of on it with Paul doing well, but we're going to also gauge the health of Paul. It's going to be a big thing. Forehand volley, Paul. Forehand Medvedev. For pass! 1-0 for Medvedev. He wants no funny business. He's looking for the final of Indian Wells. Does it seem like they're both playing conservatively now in the third? Longer rallies, etc.? That's going to benefit Medi in the long run. I think Paul was very content to do that at the start. I think Paul was content to play in the baseline rallies. I saw he won 19 out of 28 baseline rallies earlier in the match. I think he was content with doing that, Paul. But no, I think Medi started playing more aggressively, and I think that's when he starts seeing his success. I don't think they're playing very conservatively. From my perspective, I think Medvedev, that's what he still wants to do. I think he wants to continue being aggressive and trying a way to hit through this impossible court. Goes out from Paul. The momentum firmly with Medvedev. Serve from Medvedev down the tee. That goes out. Second serve. That's a good return from Paul. There you go. I think they're both trying to play aggressive. They're both trying to break the system here of the court right now. I don't know. Break the system kind of sounds ridiculous. But they're trying to, like, trying to finesse their way into playing aggressive on this very slow court. Very slow conditions. Ghost, is my TV dead? What the F? Oh, that sucks. Well, I'll try to keep you up on the play-by-play, but I wish you could watch it as well. My stream just it's tough. What's your thoughts on Iga versus Maria? Joe, that's a great question. Can Maria keep it close? Maria played amazing in the last match. But honestly, I think Swiatek's going to win pretty handily. I think it's going to be like 6-3, 6-4 or something. To be honest, Iga is so good in finals too. But I also won't be surprised if it's not. And I know that's a bit of a cop-out, like a backup thing, but I won't be surprised if it's not like 6-3, 6-3 Swiatek. But it could happen. Iga just lost to Kalinskaya in Dubai. Like, it could happen. Lost it at the Australian Open. It can happen. We've seen it a couple times in finals, a little bit more. But I also think Swiatek's so good in finals. She loves these conditions. I expect like 6-3, 6-4 for Swiatek or something like that. Forehand of Paul, the forehand of Medvedev, that's in the net. Because I just like Swiatek so much in these conditions. She loves slow, hard courts. Come on, Medi. Yeah, Nicholas. Good job, Daniil. Oh, Paul. Yeah, he's lost it here a little bit. Let's go, Medi. Okay. It's got a game point for 2-0. I'm going for Saki, okay? Lexi. Nah, I'll be rooting Maria. I would love to see her win a second 1,000. I'm rooting Maria big time. That goes out off the back end return. Paul, a little bit sluggish to start off this third set. Man, if this was a second set, that'd be crazy. This third set. It's been just nonstop, just tennis stuff. I think the first will be close, but Iga will come through. Okay, yeah. I think it'll be like 6-3, 6-4, but I hope that'll be closer. Okay, I'm back. Guys, you got the stream working. That's good. The second set. We'll see if he can do something similar here in the third, where he's down one break, which is a little bit better. Frozen Anthony. Okay, I appreciate it, Ghost. Yeah, hopefully that kind of gonna try to fix that up. Hopefully I'm back. Okay, I should be back now. Hopefully that stops. Forehand volley at the back end of Medvedev lob. Forehand smash put away from Paul. But yeah, so Paul is going to keep fighting. Medvedev is still not at his best serving day, so if Paul can be aggressive, don't think Paul is going to come back from this one. He's not 100%. You need wheels to win at this level. That's fair. Next goes, yeah, but Medvedev so strong. And yeah, Paul. We'll see. I mean, how hindered is Paul, though? You know? It's hard to know. And I'm sure he's not 100%, but I guess we won't know. He'll put on a poker face. That's a great forehand. Cross-score, he jogs to his chair, Paul. He shows he's still in it. Paul shows he's still in it. Jogs to his chair. All right, here we go. Medvedev up 2-1. Is nervous, or guess I don't know how to respond to that, but all right, here we go. 2-1 for Medi. Big moment in the career of Tommy Paul, by the way. Not just for this tournament, but I guess it doesn't even have to be said, but for Medvedev, you know, pretty good run to the semis either way, whatever. He'll be disappointed if he loses a semi for sure. There's no doubt about it. It would be great for him to reach another final. He'd love to have another chance against Alcaraz, even though he's way the underdog, especially in these conditions. But uh, 15 all here. I don't think Medi matches up well against Alcaraz. Yeah, he had to play out of his mind to beat him at the U.S. Open. And yeah, I think these conditions are going to so favor Alcaraz. Paul, if he wins this match, it gets to the final. Doesn't matter what he does against Alcaraz, which they'll probably be fairly close because Paul likes playing Alcaraz. That's a double fault for Medvedev. I really don't know what Medvedev is doing in this match. Hope I'm not being too negative, but it's just like 2 breaks soiled in the second set. He did well in the tie break, but up a mini break, it goes to 3-2. Dirty all. But yeah. Paul gets the then hopefully that won't be as big of an issue. After this game, I'll do that. I'll be right back. All right, Medvedev gets the hold for 3-1. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off, then jump back right back on. Hopefully that improves that issue. So I'll be right back. All right, yo. All right, let me get the scoreboard. Here we go. Sorry for the... Four and Paul. Four and Medvedev. That's in the net. 30 love for Paul. That goes out from Paul. By the way, my brother is in Tokyo right now in Japan. He's on a trip to Japan. And he just texted me, I completed Tokyo. I'm just seeing this notification while I'm doing the stream. I just thought that was funny to mention. Just texting me, I completed Tokyo. I have no idea what in the world that means. I don't really have context. I have zero context. He sent a photo with it, but he sent me, I completed Tokyo. It's a normal thing to text to somebody. We'll see what that's about, but there you go. Serve from Paul. That goes long. He's got his own life, his own adventures. Serve, kick serve at the back end of Medvedev. Four and Paul. Inside out to the back end of Medvedev. Back into Paul. Back into Medvedev. We're going back into backhand. Back in slice. Back into Medvedev again cross court. Back in slice again. The back end of Medvedev. Back in Paul again. Down the line. That's in top of the tape. 40-15. Some ways, Carlos may be hoping for Medi to win over Paul. Yes. Yeah, I think so. That's fair. I agree. He matches up way better against Medvedev. Yeah, Carlos is actively cheering on for Medvedev. I agree. Also, Carlos, I think, likes watching Medvedev anyway, so he's probably cheering for him. Carlos said that Medvedev is like his favorite player to watch. Back in drop shot, which is a great thing. Forehand volley, put away from Medvedev. He's got a break point for 2 breaks. Don't sleep on this moment. This is a big one. Carlos is the best, but Medi is dangerous. Yeah. The conditions here are great for Carlos and not that good for Medvedev. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I agree. I think Carlos drives way better. Hey, thank you, Gus, for the 5. Regardless of the eventual outcome, you had a good call tonight, Anthony, especially the latter half the second set. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Gus. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5. Donations do always go to me, and but I appreciate everybody, even just everybody who's just lurking around. Even if you don't chat very much, I appreciate everybody who watches my streams. Back in cross court to 4 and Paul. Back in Medvedev to 4 and Paul. Inside in 4 and Medvedev. That goes out though. Still alive. He'd still be alive down a double break. Like Jesus Christ, this dude came back from double break at the second. Tokyo's a fun big city. I loved it there. I'm just gonna visit at some point. It's so hella expensive from to visit there from the States, but I'll get there though. Is Tokyo map on a video game? That's what I'm saying. Japan, one of my favorite countries, the whole wide universe. You'll love Japan for sure. I want to live in Japan, if not for a little bit. I definitely want to go there. Pace feels slower in the third. I mean, come on. The pace has been really slow the whole match. I don't know. It's been tough. Ghost, yeah. I lurk Shane. Okay. Appreciate you in here. Forehand Medvedev way behind the court. Forehand to Paul. Back in Medvedev. Gets it somehow. That's in. Smash. Put away. Put away. Advantage to Paul. I'm about to pass out. I am so sleepy. I'm going to pass out. It'd be a cool stream moment. Advantage here for Paul. Be a pretty cool stream moment. Paul serve down the tee. That goes wide. Glad Paul doesn't look too injured. Yes, I agree. AB Mac. Oh, wow. With a big call there. Forehand inside in. Forehand to Paul. That goes out. Tommy Paul will win this game. AB Lad. Sorry, Makala Lad. That's tough to pronounce, though. David tucked up into bed. Damn that guy. Yeah, it's past midnight for me, but yeah. David was going to call it, but it's okay. I'm happy to call it. Come on, Medi, break. Yeah. Let's see what he can do. Forehand inside out. Forehand to Paul. Cross court to forehand to Medi. Forehand to Paul. It's pretty short. Back into Medi. Back and slice of Paul. Poor play. Poor play. I love Sinner. Yeah. Me too. OC. I love Sinner. So I was sad to see that. Yannick, 19 matches in a row is an accomplishment anyway. He joins the likes of, I think, only like Sampras, Borg, and I don't know who else, but maybe not Borg. But since like the 90s, like only like 5 guys have won the first 16 matches of the year. Forehand cross court is crazy. Medvedev looking for the break, and he gets it. 4-1 for Medvedev. Can he hold on to the double break? He's looking for that rematch against Alcaraz next year. Yes, yeah, Medi. Let's go, Daniil. Alcaraz Medvedev was an awesome match at the U.S. Open. That one was great. Tommy Paul will win. Okay, wow, a lot of big calls for Paul. Medvedev's up a double break, though. I don't know. Alki might win back-to-back. Yikes. Yeah. I'm happy to see it for Carlos, though. I'm not going to lie. I just bought an Alcaraz poster very cheaply on Amazon to put in the background of my videos on my YouTube channel. I did it even before he started picking up his game at Indian Wells. It just felt like a good thing to put in the background. I felt like a unique thing. As we start having these young guys winning more and more, kind of the back of my videos. And I like Carlos. I like Carlos a lot. I mean, I know I've said that I quite like watching Yannick on this channel, but Carlos is up there for me as well. Carlos, Yannick, and Daniil. I like all 3 of them. They all bring something totally different, but so exciting. And Novak as well. It's such a great big 4 for the very kind of small, short era that we're living in. It's very exciting. I just hope Novak comes back to his best, really, so that we have Carlos, Yannick, Novak, and Daniil all at their best at the same time. And also Rafa. Throw Rafa in the mix. Even if Rafa doesn't come back to his best, at least see him playing. It's what we need. Paul talking to his coach, by the way, it's allowed now. But then if you talk too much to your coach, then it's a code violation. It has to be like 2 sentences. Don't know. I don't even know what the rules are. Nobody knows what the rules are. We're just going with the flow. It's kind of ridiculous, but the whole coaching situation is ridiculous. You're already ditching Sinner after one match. And no, I'm not. I'm really not. Boo, Anthony. Jeez. I'm Yannick Schrain all the way. Y'all don't even know. Alki's too nice for me, and yes, really good. I mean, Yannick's super nice as well. I don't know. Alcaraz has shown some edge to him. I feel like even more than Yannick. But they're both nice guys, obviously. Just in general. 15 love for Medvedev. Serve down the tee. Sorry, serve down the middle. Down into the body. Goes long. Second serve, Paul. That backhand goes out. Tommy Paul, who was one of the highest ranked juniors of his kind of generation of his class. He was one of the best guys grown up. Used to be the best of the Americans. Now the other guys have caught up. He's trying to get to the final of Indian Wells where Fritz won here 2 years ago, but Medvedev is a huge obstruction in front of him. A huge wrench in the gears. Always a problem is Medvedev. He's always a problem. He never wants to go away. Not quite. We saw that all throughout that Australian Open tournament. Even the first 2 sets of the final, he played but bonkers tennis. Then he just ran out of gas. But he's a problem. To get to the final of Indian Wells for the 2nd year in a row. Some people thought he'd never get to the final here. Trying to complete the hardcourt gauntlet. That is a crazy drop shot from Medvedev. Fully sliced lob. It's a weird point. That goes out long, though. 40-15. 40-15. If you're going to lose, better with Alki. All right. Go. Sorry, I was only teasing Anthony. Yeah, it's over. Paul's body language is poor, swinging big from mid-court. Fair enough. Is Paul winning? No. Forehand big to the back of Paul. That's a good shot from Paul, though. Game over. It's looking like it. It's looking like it. Some life yet in Paul. That was a great shot. We want Sinner versus Alcaraz match at Wimbledon. Yeah, Wimbledon final, please. I wonder if Carlos and Yannick will play as many matches as Rafa and Novak have played. That would be sensational. I don't think so, though. I mean, Rafa and Novak are at, like, next level. They're definitely not going to play as many as Gonzalez and Rosewell. Those guys played over 120 times back in the day. The tour was completely different, though. You would play, like, every week, all the time, because you had to earn money, you know? By the way, that's a big backhand down the line. Also, it wasn't as physical. You weren't as worried about getting injured. It was just different. You played way more back in the day. But, yeah, Rafa and Novak, I mean, listen, they got to the final of everything. I don't need Yannick and Carlos to do that, but if they could play at least 20, 30 times, it's going to be amazing. And hopefully as many as 40 would be great. Forehand to the forehand of Paul. It's over to the backhand of Medvedev. That goes out. Wow, Medvedev's fully falling apart here. I think Naked Eyes, did you say game over? Well, hold your horses here. Hold your horses here. Jeez. Jesus Christ. How many matches have Rafa and Novak played, by the way? 59. It is 30-29 for Novak, which is crazy. 59, yep. That backhand goes out, or that shot goes out from Paul. Goes long. Forehand goes out. Deuce. Yeah, they played 59. What's so crazy is Novak, Djokovic, and Federer played 50 times. Federer and Nadal played 40 times. If Rafa and Novak play just one more times, maybe on the clay courts, then they will have played 60 times. If they play just one more time, then they will have 40, 50, and 60, and they altogether will have played each other 150 times. That would be crazy and so unlikely. That would go down in history just as a crazy kind of coincidence. That goes out off the forehand from Paul breaking down under pressure. The forehand from Paul breaking down when it matters the most. Nice, Anthony. The Gonzalez Rosewell needs more attention. Yeah, absolutely. It's so crazy. And Gonzalez led it, by the way. Pancho Gonzalez is quite literally the most underrated tennis player ever. Either him or Anthony Wilding. But those two are two of the greatest players that ever lived, and nobody ever gives them the time of day. Just talking about players from way back in the day, but I think it matters. That forehand, Medvedev leaves it right on the baseline from Paul. Yeah. Give the guys from all the way back then the time of day and the attention. I mean, listen, if you read the books by these guys, they took tennis seriously. They were quite good. There's some video footage as well. I mean, I know tennis was different, but they were quite good. And it's hard to play the way they were playing, come to net all the time, and being as dominant as they were as well. Playing that way, very risky tennis. A lot of variety. Forehand cross court, forehand Medvedev. Up high to the forehand of Paul. Hits over to the back end of Medvedev. That goes wide. Advantage for Paul. How's Tommy Paul ankle? It's looking good so far, Joe. I don't see anything wrong with him. One last dance for them too. Please, please. I didn't love their. I don't know, something about the last Roland Garros match. Like in some ways, it was like perfect, but it was okay. They played better matches. I just want one more. I want one more. Also, all of their last matches were on clay courts. I'm maybe one. I'm like the only one, but I want one off of clay courts. My favorite matches that they played against each other were on hard courts. One of the most pivotal moments for me as a tennis fan was when I was 10 years old watching the 2011 US Open final. Obviously, Australia was absolutely amazing right after that. I want to see them on hard courts. And my favorite match between the two is at Wimbledon in 2018. Advantage for Medvedev. Paul goes for this crazy kind of jumping, I don't know, forehand volley or smash shot. But it goes long, 4-1 advantage. This has been just consecutive so much of tennis. It's been so much tennis. What ankle? What I'm going to say? What's up, Maynor? Yeah, so Paul kind of fell on his left leg and hurt his, I think his ankle. And fell on his left foot and hurt his ankle at like 3-3 in the second set tiebreaker, Maynor. It's been a weird match, Maynor, if you've missed it. It's been really wild, a roller coaster. Back and slice the forehand to Medvedev. Side out to the back into Paul, back into Medvedev, back cross court. Forehand to Medvedev. Forehand to Paul, back in Medvedev, sliced. Back into Medvedev, back in slice Paul. Forehand to Medvedev, down the line, back into Paul. Forehand to Paul, oh, it's a great one. Best point in the match, maybe. One of them. Back at slice Paul, back into Medvedev, cross court, back into Paul, one-hander. Volley, Paul still runs. His ankle's fine. That's good to see him still running like crazy. Shout out to Tommy Paul. That was a great point. One of the best rallies of the match. But Medvedev gets it, 5-1. Solid. Hey, when it happens, OMG, Paul should win. Medvedev's really clutched up, though, in this third set, to be fair. Wow. Medvedev's clutched up. Five-one for Medvedev. Serve down T, back in Medvedev. The back end of Paul, back in Medvedev. Forehand of Paul, forehand Medvedev. Down the line, that goes wide. I expect Paul to hold here. By the way, I think Medvedev's service numbers have been insanely different in this third set compared to the first two. I'm going to look, but it feels like Medvedev is serving way better. And I am big on stats. I think they can tell us a lot about what's going on. Medvedev serve, yes, he's won 11 for 14 on first serve. I mean, it's still not great, to be honest, but much better on first serve. That's in the net for Medvedev. 30 love for Paul. Good run from Paul anyway to a Masters semifinal. Hopefully he gets some confidence from this. That's what I hope for. Honestly, he plays well in Miami. He played well there last year. Played a great match against Carlos. Can Medi fight Alcaraz? Yeah, Alcaraz is just a small kid, doesn't know how to fight. I'm kidding. Can Medi beat him? Yes, he can. But will he? I don't think so. I think it'll be closer than last year. I'll say that. But I think Alcaraz will win. Alcaraz likes these conditions way more. Also, Medvedev needs to serve well, and he's just not been serving well at all. I think Alcaraz wins in straight sets, but I think it'll be closer. I said earlier, that's my prediction. I said earlier if Tommy loses, it would hurt real bad, but I wasn't expecting, like, literally. Yeah. Well, he seems like okay, so I don't know. LOL, Anthony, yeah. Small kid doesn't know how to fight. That whole exchange was just comedic genius. Amazing. To start off a rivalry between two young players, it's cinema. Forehand cross court. I hate when people say that, by the way. It's cinema. What does that even mean? But anyway, I said it, so. Forehand inside out to the back end of Medvedev. Back end slice of Paul. The back end of Medvedev. Back end slice of Paul. Forehand Medvedev. He thought it's going out, but it's in. Backhand cross court to backhand Paul. Backhand cross court again. Backhand cross court to backhand slice of Paul. That goes wide. 30-all. Medvedev fighting to finish this off right here. Tommy Paul showed some real grit today. Yeah, absolutely. Respect to Paul, but Medi is Medi for a reason. Put some respect on Daniil Medvedev's name. Not enough people understand just how crazy of a player this is. If he doesn't win at least 2 hardcourt majors, that will be a top 3 crazy thing to ever happen in the sport. And I mean it. I'm not hyperbolizing. Forehand Medvedev. That goes out. 40-30 for Paul. He's only lost to Rafa and Novak in most of his Grand Slam finals. He's a crazy player, especially on hard courts. But he is a top-tier world #1 player. Cheers all. Okay, see you later, Joe, if you're heading out. It does look like this thing is just about over, but let's see if Paul can get this one last hold. I can see Paul getting 1 break, but not 2. I agree. He did that on the second set, so I'm not so quick to say it, but yeah, it does look just about over. But let's see. Backhand slice of Paul. The backhand of Medvedev. Backhand Paul. Forehand to Paul. Forehand. Big fist bump from Paul. I like that, though. Whether he wins or loses, I love it. I like a guy who fist bumps even when they're losing. It's a great sign. It's a great sign for a player. The crazier the situation, the more I like it when a player fist bumps. And maybe that's something to do with me. I don't know, but I think it's a good sign for a player. They keep trying. They keep giving their all. It's more work-based and effort-based rather than and belief-based more than like results-based, which is good. What are the best matches in the tournament for you, Anthony? I don't know. Let me look over the draw. What have been the best matches so far, in my opinion? I don't know. It's literally 12:30 a.m. and I'm dead tired. I've been commentating for a while. I'm trying to think of matches. My mind is like almost burnt out on tennis at the moment. It is already, actually, but we keep going. In the tournament so far, best matches. I wouldn't put Djokovic-Nardi as a best match. Djokovic-Vukic was good. What else? Monfils versus Norrie was very good. Ruud versus Monfils, pretty good match. Fritz versus Runa was very, very good as well. I don't know. Zverev Demonor was decent, but Alcaraz Arnaldi I enjoyed a lot, actually. I don't know. There's nothing that crazy so far that I'm seeing. What else? Medvedev was something. It wasn't great, but it was something. Monfils Hurkacz was awesome, but Hurkacz didn't play great. So far, I'm almost want to say Norrie Monfils. That was a really great match. From the matches I've seen so far, I'm tempted to say Norrie versus Monfils. What else? I don't know. There hasn't been that big of a standout match. On the women's side, there's been way better. Sakkari versus Jesus Christ. I'm going on a blink. That's how late it is. Sakkari versus Goff, of course. Yesterday. That was great. Stearns versus Sabalenka. There was a lot of good ones on the women's side. A lot of good ones on the women's side. But, yeah, on the men's side, there aren't that many standouts. I would say Monfils versus Ruud. There's really nothing that crazy for me. Sorry, not Monfils versus Ruud. Norrie versus Monfils. Hey, thank you, Joe, for the donation. I appreciate you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. I totally forgot about that. Anthony's still up, yeah. Man, oh man. Thank you for the dono, Joe. I appreciate you. Guys, Anthony is a savage. Give him some support. Like, subscribe, and any tips go to him. Yeah. Thanks, Faison. It's been a lot. Faison, you don't even know. This match has been crazy. I'm just like, wow. 15-all. We keep it going. We keep going. Forehand to the backhand of Medvedev. Backhand down the line, forehand Medvedev with the volley. That's a good forehand for Paul. Is there going to be another one? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I try. I try. I don't even know if Faison knows this, but the first real, like, I've done the first real live stream I did to this level was for QualityShot Tennis. I've done other content online and stuff. But the first live stream I ever did was for QualityShot Tennis, so that was fun. I wanted to start doing them anyway, but this was such a great channel to be able to start commentating for that I watched anyway. 30 all. Medvedev 2 points away. He's serving here. Come on, Daniil. Yeah, I'm on. Serve from Medvedev. Out wide. What a get from Paul there on the return. Backhand. Backhand Paul. That is outrageous. Carlos Alcaraz, is that you? Paul asking for the crowd to get up. I love it. He never does that. That means something when he does. guy right behind Paul bowing to Tommy Paul. Backhand. That's a great one inside out. Backhand cross court, the backhand slice of Paul. Backhand of Medvedev to the backhand of Paul. The backhand of Medvedev. That goes out. Another break point for Paul. Advantage to Paul. He's stepping in on the return big time. Oh, that's a great serve from Medvedev, though. Great placement. I think he saw Paul coming in. Medvedev, a chess player on the court. I mean, Paul is occasionally very exciting. Got to give him that. Yes. Both these guys are some of the most fun to watch on the tour, I think. Some of the most dynamic. Anthony was the best for sure. Super neutral and engaging. I appreciate it, Lexi. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I like doing this. I want to stay neutral. I freaking hate commentators that are like so biased. So I went out of my way to try to not do that, which I don't know if it succeeded, but it's hard though, because I am passionate for certain players. But yeah, I try to stay unbiased as I can because it's really annoying. Advantage from Medvedev. He's at match point with 5-2. Can Medvedev finally cross the line? I'm going to say a big fat no, because that's not how it seems like the match has been going so far. Serve from Medvedev. Out wide, forehand of Medvedev to the backhand of Paul. Backhand of Medvedev. Backhand Paul. The backhand Medvedev. Backhand to backhand. Backhand Paul. Down the line. Forehand Medvedev. The backhand of Paul. Cross court to the backhand of Medvedev. Again, cross court going backhand to backhand. Paul rallying it from the home crowd. That's in the net. Medvedev's through to the final. Some didn't believe in my boy, but Medvedev, he defends in his final in Indian Wells, at least defends points. Medi's through in a long and very weird night in California. But he's through. Medi is madness. It didn't start off well for the second semifinal in a row. A guy comes back from 6-1 down. I said Medvedev would win pretty easily. I said in straight sets. I said pretty comfortably. I said like 6-2, 6-3. It wasn't that. He took the scenic route. In California. But there you go. GG. Thanks for staying up 8 hours for this, Anthony. Yeah. Wow. I'm burnt out. It feels crazy. But yeah. Thank you, Joe. What was your favorite player? Roger Federer. Roger freaking Federer. Good night. Yeah. All right, I'm out of here. I'm tired. I'm about to pass out. Just like that, I'm going to head out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been here a while. It was 1-6, 7-6, 6-2. Medvedev will take on Alcaraz. Definitely don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. Turn on the notification bell. All that stuff for more on the channel. We have more coming. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Medvedev is through to face Alcaraz. Let's go. That was fun at the US Open. I hope that these conditions, Medvedev can figure something out. He wasn't able to do it against Carlos last year. He needs to serve better. But two of the most inventive, creative courts, two of the most inventive, creative players on the tour. And it's defense versus offense, and it's a great matchup. That'll be the final. See you guys soon.